Okay. So the project I'm presenting is called Dash Monkey, and the idea behind that is to offload your monkey brain. The core idea or the central component behind this is a virtual pet, which is an embodiment of your financial health. Um, it is linked to your data and it is affected by it, and it is also overly dramatic. So, for example, if it notices that you're going to clubs a lot, its liver will go bad. Or if it notices that you're ordering too much, fast food or just outside food, it'll start getting fat. The goal is to provide like real visual feedback into hopes of catching like negative patterns early, as opposed to standard dashboards and numbers, which typically don't really help as much with financial habits. Um, there's also a slight private or philosophical exploration that I am exploring here, which is I wanted to start as like a friend, and then eventually, let's say a decade down the line, it you are unsure whether the monkey is you or you're the monkey, because the idea behind the monkey is that uh, it is the monkey is you, but it is 10 steps down the line on the path like that you are currently on. Hence, it is also overly dramatic. And yeah, like I just want to explore like the metaverse, so to speak, and blur the lines between the digital and the physical. A quick look into a demo. Just keep in mind that this is like highly uh, alpha and like prototype, so things are a lot like hard coded. But the idea is like you have a very simple layout. You have like a sidebar with the monkey on it, and you can maybe chat with it, talk to it, and you have a dashboard with different cards. And this is for people to also like if they prefer the traditional style, there is stuff here as well. Now I can add receipts that I have. So the first one is like nicotine, and this will make the monkey like a little jittery because nicotine increases the heart rate, blah blah blah. But if I add in a second receipt, which is for clean food and fresh groceries, it becomes a little happier. And if I add in like this receipt from like a brewery with like 8 or 9 beers, it becomes a little hungover. Another thing I'm exploring here is a new form of UI with all this agentic AI development. And the core idea behind that is like there are no routes, but these cards are interchangeable. These are well-defined cards. So when you talk to the monkey and say like, what was my balance? Like, what is my current balance is like? And then, the monkey kind of loads these cards for you. And these cards are also like movable and you can do whatever. So very flexible layout. Um, and then finally, there's another component which is not really built, but there is one for copy trading. And the core idea behind that is like you want to democratize, access to highly influential or highly capable traders, and let the monkey kind of trade for you in an automated fashion. Going back to the pitch, the different modules that are in this project. One of the core ones is an expense tracker. And as you saw, like take a picture of any receipt and keep track. The experiment I'm running here is with an on-chain federated learning model. So the goal is to have a decentralized OCR model so that if you like it incentivizes network participation. So if you are early in, then you obviously provide like more data, which will help develop the model better, and you will be rewarded for it with some tokens. Then also a recipe marketplace for democratized copy trading, like I mentioned. And like these recipes can also be of a different form, such as uh, every time money hits this account, take 10% out and put it in like a high yield saving account or something like that. There's also going to be a social component, so I can add friends. So I can go to my friend and be like, hey, your monkey is like very yellow, did you go out last night? Or because liver damage or something. Um, and then a few more features which I am happy to talk about, but it kind of links to different projects that I have. And then the final thing I'm trying to get across is like it lean into like the Tamagotchi craze of the 90s. And effectively, this is a Tamagotchi. So, and what I'm trying to say is that the only way to take care of your Tamagotchi is to build better habits yourself. So, yeah, if you control your monkey brain, not only will you make money, you can also keep your money. And that's it. Oh, stop share.
Yeah, Pedro is speaking with someone from the backstage in the meantime.
I see.
So thank you very much. Well, this is a super interesting project. First time I
Thank you.
see it, right?
First time.
Of course, not something that this was the first time. I was in New York, right? That I encouraged you to pitch that.
I
Like,
don't know what you're talking about.
yeah, you did pitch that, and you won a hackathon as well in Europe, if I remember it.
No, in Denver, yes. I implemented a copy trading, like I was doing like a small module, and I won like two prizes at that hackathon.
Well, congratulations for your persistence with the project. Looking
Thank
great.
you.
One of my personal favorites from many of the grades one, of course, but this has a special touch
But I
on it,
thought
right?
first time seeing it.
Well, love at the first sight. Well, Pedro, let's bring the judges.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you for covering it, Mateus. So, Palash, thank you for your presentation. I really like the Monkey project. And you, Killian, let's do in line. You can go first, please.
Hey, hi Kalash. Yeah,
Hi,
thanks for the
Kalan.
demo. Hi. When you say like your app is investing money for the user, like how does it invest? Like what recipe does it use? Like for a person, right? If they don't know anything about investing, so does it help or?
Yes. So imagine that I like that you let's say I'm the experienced trader, right? So I have some kind of trading strategies, and let's keep it simple as like it's a simple stacking strategy, which is if ETH goes up by 10%, sell it. If ETH goes down by 10%, buy it. That's it.
Mhm.
And I put this as like a thing on the platform. So you come in and you're like, you know what, I want to do like do savings and like I want to increase my ETH holdings, or even more abstract than that. And then what you can do is subscribe to my trading my recipe or this strategy, and
Mhm.
the because it's all crypto and like automated, you like your money, like the same strategy will be executed on your funds. The advantage is that I am not your money manager, so you don't have to really trust me. So
Okay.
it's kind of trustless, and hence crypto and bullish on blockchains. But yes.
Okay. Yeah, I'm interested in like what technology do you plan to use? Is it like I know there are many blockchain technologies, right? So what are you planning to use? I think for this kind of uh, strategy using I think is it Ethereum
Yeah.
or
Yeah, it'll probably be EVM, but I'm also looking into like having like a separate app chain itself. But I think the core is going to be an Ethereum virtual machine. So because that's widely available and supported.
yeah, the idea is super cool. Yeah, no further
Thank
questions,
you.
but yeah, I think the execution is um, yeah is the hardest part.
Yes,
Which I
it
can see
is.
that. Yeah,
It is. Yeah,
cool.
but it helps to kind of divide into modules, right? And you can tackle one module at a time. So I've been doing like different modules at different hackathons and kind of iterating over that.
Okay. Are you planning to integrate any of the existing platforms or like any tooling that are already outside? Like
In
Ethereum, I
terms
think
of
you basically wanted to do contracts, right? If
yeah.
I understand it correctly. So I think uh, contracts are already outside. Like I think some of the game platforms still is using these contracts. So like, do you want to leverage them or like you?
So if you mean that like if I want to integrate with something like Uniswap or PancakeSwap or something like that, then
Yeah.
yeah, for sure,
Okay.
yes. Because the whole idea is like composability, right?
Sure. Yeah, that's all I have, Petra.
Thank you, Killian. Levi, you can go next, please.
Plus, great demo and cool feature actually. So, love that. I have one question in terms of you gave a demo about the expense tracker, basically
Hmm.
uploading the receipt, and your monkey was reacting accordingly. Uh, and then you would be something more trading feature, right?
Hmm.
Just talk about. Uh, just trying to understand the relation between these two, how these two are related in terms of the user experience. Because how I see it, the first is the expense tracker, more what how your monkey reacted, it was more on the health side of it, like if you do this, yeah, it's not good for your health and all those things, where the trading is something more your financial aspect. So just trying to see how these two features are interrelated, or how you see it as being in the one app.
Okay, so first, in terms of like the two separate modules,
Mhm.
um, they have like an overarching theme of like it's still finances, right? Because expense tracking and copy trading or whatever is both related to your financial health. The second thing about lifestyle and health, arguably, you could say that if I'm unhealthy today, I will have expenses in the future, right? So you can kind of reconcile it that way. But the real answer is that this monkey is effectively like a digital twin, and I have like two or three other projects which kind of track different aspects of your life as well, and the monkey kind of supersedes all of that. So eventually, it becomes like a digital twin. But the other, like all these separate projects, are kind of like your entry points into the whole ecosystem, so to speak.
Okay.
So if you're more interested about like improving your financial discipline, financial health, blah blah blah, then you enter through this. If you are more interested in like say mental health, then there's a separate platform for that. But they all like all roads kind of lead to Rome.
But those are features you're planning to have within one app, or is it going to be two different
No, so those
applications?
are so there's a so I'm trying to showcase the power of composability,
Mhm.
and so there's this is one platform for finances, there's a separate platform for mental health, but both of those can provide data to improve your digital twin. So it's it's like one whole ecosystem but different apps and platforms, if
Okay.
that makes sense.
Good luck. Cool feature.
Thank you.
Yeah, loved it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Levi, and thank you, Palash, as well. So, Deepu, you can go next, please.
Hey Palash, thanks for the presentation. I love the monkey concept, but I just wanted to understand what was your motivation to create this application. Like, why did you create this in the first place? The second question was around you talked about integration with multiple financial
Hmm.
institutions, right? Uh, those are like finance data is very secured. It has to be secure, to be honest. How your application will make sure that, because it's kind of a wrapper on the top of the existing financial institutions, right? How do you make sure that it is much more secure than what you are doing to their existing institutions, right? Because you are integrating it, making sure that that data
Yep.
leakage doesn't happen anywhere. And I was also trying to understand what is your data storage look like? Like where are you storing this data? Is it locally or is it somewhere? Um, the interface looked like a web platform, but I'm not
Hmm.
sure whether it is a application which has to be installed on a mobile or somewhere else. So maybe just give some
Yep.
differentiations around it. I will be happy to understand
Okay. So first, the motivation, because I am bad with money and I am an impulse spender. So I'm like, bro, I need to know where my last cent is going. So that's where it kind of started from. And then
that.
also, I was very inspired by like India Stack and like also how easy stuff is. I don't know if you know about account abstraction in the India
Mm.
Stack.
Yep.
Um, and in terms of storage and privacy and data protection, so yes, it is going to be like a local app. The idea is that you kind of install a desktop native app, but you can also link your phone, your iPad, whatever with it. And effectively, what I'm trying to do is push the server onto the user. And for any any interaction over the chain, especially for stuff like expense tracking and like making decentralized OCR, I'm going to incorporate a lot of like cryptography and ZK stuff. So for example, like when I send the receipt for processing and like getting like text data back, like the standard OCR, instead of sending the whole receipt, I'll be creating like bounding boxes, which which will also help to kind of de-link the user from the image itself. And I don't know if you know about Tornado Cash. It's inspired from that. And Tornado Cash, what they did was like if everybody deposits an ETH, then you don't know who deposited which ETH. Like it goes into like a mixer, right? So similarly, I can have bounding boxes of different sizes, and you can also have like overlaps, and that helps you de-link it. And because I'm running the server on the user's machine, like I have complete control, and I can have like stealth addresses or disposable addresses as well, and kind of manage everything and de-link it. But yeah, in short, the
Sounds
answer is that the user will be like everything will be hosted locally, and then that also provides a business opportunity because I can then eventually start selling masses.
makes sense. I just want to give one feedback based on
Yeah.
what you just said. You initially stated this is a financial health app, but as you were progressing ahead, it felt like you are actually triggering more around the health part of it and not,
Mm-hmm.
targeting the financial aspect of it. So maybe if you can differentiate that very critically, I think it will make more sense to the uh,
The
consumers
end
to
user.
understand,
Yep.
like, yeah, this is not a health app, but it's more of like how you are actually governing your financials over a period of time and making yourself healthy.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Feedback again. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Over to
Okay,
you, Pedro.
Shubhan, you can close it up, please.
For sure. First and foremost, thank you so much, Palash. I really enjoyed your
Mhm.
presentation. Your energy is
Yep.
very welcoming. So I know how passionate you are about the project. So kudos to that, first and foremost. I did enjoy having a digital twin of yourself, and basically, like, if you can associate yourself with someone that you can look into your phone, right? Like customizing your avatar and maybe like taking care of it. So I get the gist of like why you integrated this particular like maybe let's say like expense habits or your dietary habits to your digital twin to understand like in what direction you're going, and down the lane how you're gonna look like if you don't act. But I do have like few questions regarding this entire thing. So let's say you talked about like spenders, and when we talk about them, like the geography or the culture uh, can have very heavy biased on it, right? How do you plan to curb it, as well as like let's say for example like few people, right, from small restaurants can order like a lot of cheese or a lot of healthy stuff that might actually like have a huge bill, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it is unhealthy. And uh, I feel that you are from Indian descent. So
What gave you that
cuis-
idea?
the cuisine, the cuisine that we have
Hmm.
like in India,
It's carb heavy.
yeah, totally different from what we
Hmm.
have like here in US, right?
Right.
So, do you have any plan to like incorporate that in general?
Yeah. So, short answer, the use or like the most easiest way to kind of address that is like within this platform, the user can kind of edit stuff if they want to, and obviously to an extent, right? Because you don't want to be like like the monkey says like this is very unhealthy, and you're like nah 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 fuck you, this is not healthy. This is very healthy, and like you're just eating Doritos for I don't know a month. But the long answer is that I have a separate platform for decentralized science where where the goal, where the features in that is you're running like personal like experiments on like yourself, stuff like I stop coffee after 2 p.m. or I change to a different diet, blah blah blah. But you're also tracking that using like blood reports or some kind of health data. And when that integrates, that's when it becomes like more comprehensive and like a better or like a higher resolution or more nuanced.
Okay. So that is all good. And honestly, like I did love the idea that you're gonna like integrate data from multiple apps
Mhm.
into basically like one amalgamation of this digital twin that you have. What all the aspects or what all the data that you are planning to track to make the obviously like the more data you have, the more identical your
Yep.
Tamagotchi Gochi will be, right? So what you're planning to do and what are all the uh, apps or data
So
that you're.
start with the finances because that is already well defined and like it's easy to get that data from other sources. Then go to so I have a different platform for storytelling which kind of leans into mental health, and the monkey kind of understands your mental outlook and what your mental state is, or blah blah blah, or like how happy you are, for example. And then also the D-side platform where like you actually get into the physical stuff, and then you can be like, with this lifestyle, with these thoughts, this is my health and why, and then you can start asking those kind of questions.
Okay. All right. I think yeah, I have exhausted all my questions. I did have like one suggestion though, like when
Yes.
you are like tracking expenses, right? You ask people to upload the receipts that they have. Maybe try to incentivize them like Ibotta or something like that, so that they'll feel like happy as well as encouraged to do so.
So there's two like implicit incentives when people do that, right? So one is your monkey gets more nuance and you get better information and stuff like that. So that's ideally that should be enough. And like that is also like a signal for me as well as like if this is actually functioning or not. And then the other incentive is being part of the network and network effects, right? So if you come in early, like one of the reasons why Satoshi Nakamoto has a lot of Bitcoin is because he was the only node for like a long time. So he just mined a lot of Bitcoin on himself by himself. So similarly, if you come in early and like you're one of the earlier data providers, the incentive becomes like you end up getting more tokens, and
Okay,
like also like at a later stage as well. Like if you participate, you are rewarded effectively.
sounds good. I think that's
Cool.
all.
Okay.
So
Thank you, Shaban. Thank you, Palace.